This is called a rake brush. The bristles let me see if I can get it replaced. The bristles on the ends of it are spread out. You could also use a fan brush in this, and I'm touching the tips of the bristles. It's very thin at the end, and it can be used like a comb in the hair. Again, you know, this is very dark, and some of it will blend in, but I'm going to go up to this area. You can see I have very little light in this area, and all I have to do with this is just very lightly come across it and pull it down, and you'll begin hopefully. Let me stop the tape and zoom in just a little bit more. Okay, I pulled in just a little bit, and let me fix the camera. And there's my hair. Here's the light spot that I'm working on again, and I want to take this light and pull it down into here, and all I'm going to do is just barely touch this and stroke it over into that spot, and that will you can start here, you will get a straight line. Of course, if you start with the brush here and then pull up. So what I'm doing is just pulling it down into the hair, into the darker hairs, and I want to make sure that I'm staying on the camera. I'll come up here and do this background first. I'm just blending this in, but lightly. The front goes over. Again, go toward the back, the front comes over it. Pull this down into the darker areas. Let's see, this is on camera. And again, I will be putting white over the top of this and repeating the procedure of combing through the white. Let me comb through this real gently. Just will give the indication of individual hairs in this. When this dries, I can come back over it with another glaze, and I can tint the colors a little bit different. Of course, I will be adding more white, and that will lighten the hair quite a bit. I start with pretty light hair. John's hair is apparently a light brown, maybe have a little bit of graying in it, maybe a little toward blonde, but it is not quite as yellow as I've gotten some of the yellows on here. So anyway, zoom out, and that'll be it for the hair for now. I do want to demonstrate also, while I've got the paint wet in the hair, this brush is this is my number 2 round that I've been using all along, and I could certainly use a much longer bristle brush for this, usually called a rigger, where it may have bristles 2 or 3 times this long, but the brush is perfectly clean. The only thing I'm going to do is get it wet in the liquid and pull it out a little bit, and just come up here into the presently wet part of the hair, and I'm going to be able to drag some strands of hair across with that, and they'll be pretty translucent. And I don't know if you can see this very well or not, but that way I don't have to add extra paint. I can pull out very gentle, just tufts of strands. It gets a little bit dry. I'm just getting a little more liquid and coming up into the paint that's already on the canvas, and I can pull these strands down very gently. These are just wisps that come across the hair, across the forehead, and the same wisps might be within the hair too, so I can take the paint that's here, come right across the light part. I can pull these down, just a couple that just land in here, pull these out. And again, this is with no paint whatsoever. This is just me working within the paint. Come down the center of these and break these up. See, there's hair. This hair comes toward the front, kind of pulls out over the edge of the skin a little bit. Let's see, there's some coming down here. And what's neat is I've got so many colors up here that I'm pulling down some yellow, pulling down some brown. So I'm really not having to focus a whole lot on, what different ones are in there. Piece that comes out here and kind of just wisps up toward the top. Little bits coming down onto the forehead. A lot of people have right in the edge of their hairline, there will be tiny bits that just come forward a little bit. And I can go over these with my white later and just kind of blush them out a little bit, and make them a little more a gentle transition onto the forehead. But these lines are fairly easy to put in. Now I can come back over and touch these with lights as well, wherever I want them. Looking here, there's some that come down about the same level on this side. So I can come up with them, or I can go down. This is also how to paint grass. One way to do it at least. There's some coming up. And there's just little bits coming down here and there. I'm really not going for a lot of detail with this. I just wanted to show you how that can be done. And I may come back in and soften these up a little bit. And I can do that right now, actually. I just tapping it with a paper towel. That's one way to do it. Now if I take this paper towel out, and it's got paint on it, and I put it down here, it's going to effectively create a stamp, and I will stamp this hair all over the place, so I have to continue to turn the towel. I can touch it, pull it up, touch it, pull it up, I can drag. This is softening the hairs that I just put in there. I can put them in darker later if I want to. I'm continually turning for cleaner spots on the paper towel. I can take this edge, blend it in a little bit here and there with my fingers. So some of the hair's showing, some not so much. Got a little bit here that I didn't want on the face. Come back and then just clean it up a bit. Alright, that's it. Well, I have the main dark color of the hair still on my number 2 brush. I'm going to come down and lay some of it into the eyebrows. They need to match the rest of the hair. And this time I'm going to begin to be a little more careful at this point about where, about the direction of the hair growth. You find eyebrows don't all grow in one direction. They are, there's these coming up this way, then they come down, and this is a very little difference in the brow probably on the screen, but it's making a pretty big difference here. Just filling this in a little bit and bringing some of these hairs this way. I'm not going to put much more on than that. I'll come on this side. The main area is here. Looking for the darkest areas. And brows are kind of sparse. This one. I'm measuring for where they stop on the eye. And curving. On this side. Curve. And that's a little bit more put together. I'm going to take the same color and go ahead and go into the eyelashes. And these are very small. And you'll see a few of them will come out here and there. And on this side as well. In places you'll see a few of them stand up and then the rest of them lay down. And I might even get a smaller brush and work with that a little bit. It helps to give the eye sparkle, just like the highlights in the eye did. Come back over here. I'm going to get my smaller brush. This is my 5-0. I'm going to go back into the same color and lay in some of the particular lashes, just a few. There's 1, 3, a few here. Then it skips over and I see just a couple here.